Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. I think my mic was on. It's usually muted. It threw me off. There you go. I am there. So you might have heard me sigh just before my usual. Oh, here we go, sigh. The stress sigh before we start, because I expect it all to go terribly wrong and me to make a mess of it. So hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're here for round 2 at Nürburgring of the Renault Megane Trophy Series Championship. Skyjacker in the chat, giving us a big word up. Evening, sir. Hello, Skyjacker. Missing the first round because he was banging. They said we'd do it on the counter. It wasn't me. We're doing it in the shower. It wasn't me. It was, definitely. He was not racing last week because the kids were out. That is code for Oi! So, Skyjacker, expect him to have an extra kick in his tail tonight. A little skip in his step. So Talleyrand's out there. He's the fastest man so far. Right, so the Renault Meganes. We had an absolute corker of a round last week. No one knew really at Autopolis what strategy to take. And I do apologise to you all. I haven't got a table to let you know, but Homesick won the first race. I can't remember who won the second one. I think it may have been Racer Brown. He's my safety catch. If now else, just say Racer Brown won. So we have 2 30-minute races. We have a 10-minute qualifying that will be starting in 6 minutes' time, and then we'll have 2 races. There is tyre regulations. So the tyres available are the super softs, the softs, and the medium tyre. Right, the option compound, okay, is the super soft. The super soft can only be used for 1 stint per round, not per race, per round. That's this evening. 2 races, 2 30-minute races to be held here at Nürburgring. They can only use the super soft once throughout, okay? The soft racing tyre is a free choice. They can use that as often and as much as they want. And then there is a mandatory compound, which is the medium, which has to be used for at least 1 stint per round, per evening, per the 2 races. Now, the tyre deck is on ×4, the fuel depletion is on ×3, the BOP is on, tuning's off, and it's these little Group 4 Megane trophies, and they are absolutely cracking, a joy to watch. And like I said, it seemed that last week no one could sort out the strategy. At Autopolis, the fuel could definitely go for the 30 minutes. They could make that fuel last 30 minutes. So we saw a couple of them doing medium runs, just staying out there. Some just did soft. And it was rather mixed, and it made it very interesting for us, even though it confused my little mind. Jokers in the chat saying evening, Pat saying hello again, and Racer Brown saying hello. So let's have a run through who's here this evening. We have the boss, Talleyrand, out there in his beautiful VRC liveried Megane. Then Ensign Hewitt to Schmeg and beyond in the Red Dwarf, a liveried Renault, and it's looking spectacular, and one of my fave TV shows to boot. Sharon, I'm not even going to start. It looks fantastic. It's magnificent, but I didn't see the sponsor, unfortunately. But Sharon, he came second in that first race of last week. You can tell I did a quick highlight on YouTube to see who won. I didn't get time to look at the second race. Oh no, Racer Brown's not racing tonight. He's had an operation. I tell you what, he's missed a bump. He really is, Pudsey Bear, if anyone was, because he's in so many accidents and such what. Forever, always on Discord, he's putting a new picture up. He welded his hand, and this massive, it looked like he was growing a new thumb. He smashed his head against something. He had this huge, it looked like he was growing a new head. He seems to be always in it. Always in the war is Mr. Brown. Homesick Alien saying good evening, and Racer Brown saying I am, lol. So it doesn't surprise me that Racer Brown's having an operation. Right, Kenobi's over now. We're back to the Empire. They were right at the end of the day. They were the Old Republic. It was just a continuation of what come before. We were getting rid of the Jedis that were meddling religious zealots. And they were brainwashed children. They took children away from their families. They brainwashed them into thinking they were like magic people with these swords of lasers when there was a good old blaster available. There was a lot of them around that galaxy. You easily could just teach them how to shoot instead of using these silly little laser swords. And it was just all wrong. And, you know, when Emperor Palpatine came along, he had a vision, and it was a great vision. But, you know, those pesky rebels. Anyway, don't get me started. There's Bazza having a blast in the Megane. I think he was off his tune last week, if I remember rightly. I don't think he was on it for one reason or another. I can't remember for sure though. Turtle, I think he this is his first one. I'm not sure. I don't want to say. Jokas is out there. That's a lovely looking Alpine. I like it. That's nice. Well, that's super. That is. That's got to be in there for livery of the season, man. That is. I am mightily impressed, Jokas. That is one hell of a fine livery. I like it. Man, I'm not making a big deal about that. That's a nice livery, isn't it? That is something else. Well done, Jokas. That's nice. I am keen with a capital K for that one. I'm telling you, it's giving me feelings. That is tremendous. So we're going into a qualifying now. That was a terrible run through of who's here, wasn't it? You only got about 4 people through. I get too chatty. And Ensign Hewitt saying, boys from the Dwarf. Yes. Too many good bits, but I must say, the Crichton's eyeballs on their chins. We hate humans. So cool. Oh, Skyjack has gone in the green VRC livery. I like that. Oh, I hope we see him and Talleyrand have some racing in the green and the orange lives out there. Sharon on track. The Baz looking sturdy. Turtle Guesty in the mild 7. Liv looking nice, looking good. You are not seeing. Homesick had a good race. I've liked his livery as well from last week. It was a good livery. So car 77, one to watch, won a race already. Like I said, no table so far. Noxie, he came 4th in that first race. So Noxie looking very strong. We should look at the tyres they're qualifying on. So Ensign Hewitt, he's going to go with the mediums. He's getting that medium compound out. Early doors in the first race here at the Nürburgring. 30 minutes of racing, remember, is what they will have to do. And I don't know if the fuel tank will last that. We did at Autopolis, short, but here at Nürburgring, it's a bit of a stop and squirt track, isn't it? It's corner, squirt, corner, squirt. It's not my favourite. I don't think it has a flow. I think you're stopping before you get to a flow, but it is many people's favourite, so who am I to judge? So Skyjacker, he's racy. He's going on the super softs. Early doors, he's looking for pole or a high up the grid, 4th race 1. And will he pit on those super softs? It's a big question mark, it has to be said. So now they're all starting their flying lap. Now that was just an out lap. It took them a while to get around. See, it's going to be a short lap, not many laps in half an hour. So we'll get plenty of racing. Homesick Aliens opted for the softs, the free choice. And that means he can start this race with options. With many options. Mediums and super softs on the table for Homesick Alien. Guesty, he has opted for the softs. He was very strong. Last week just had a pit stop issue in the first race, and I'll tell you, it's well worth a watch that round, because it was action packed all the way. So Guesty out there He's gone for the racing softs as well. Pat saying I had thought about doing an Alpine livery for RB before he showed me an image of something like what he wanted. I wasn't going to go exactly like the F1 car, but I do like what Jokers has. Yes, Pat, it's very nice. I am keen. So Guesty's out there in the mild 7 with Shiren. Very good, very strong field, this Megane, and these cars very, well, they're even. Of course, they're all the same car, but it's you know, the playing field is very tight, up and down. There is Talleyrand, the former Megane champion when it started its life as a support series to the Formula 1. It's not Formula 1, it's Super Formula, sorry. And then making his way around Noxie. Looks more like a rally car, that one, doesn't it? But I do like it. Jokers in the Alpine liveried Renault. Nice. Kui. And Skyjacker has set a time now, so we'll start seeing the grid form up. Homesick Alien's gone fastest as we watch a Kui Kart coming around in the Karcher. And Talleyrand's gone third fastest. Shiren second fastest. Ooh, Guesty 6. We're waiting for Kui Kart to cross the line, and we'll have a look up and down the grid. Kui going 8th fastest, just behind Jokers, who is 7th, but he's dropped position because Bazza has put it in there in the mix. So let's have a run through. It's a long lap. We'll get time to check them out. And Turtle also setting a time, going faster than Jokers and knocking Kui Kart down into 10th place. But Kui Kart, remember, I didn't mention, but he has the medium tyre on. So does Ensign Hewitt, who's just crossed the line and gone 6th fastest in the racing medium. So very good job from Ensign Hewitt. So let's have a look through then. There is Homesick Alien, the fastest man on track with that first run out the way. It's getting purples again. He did a 203.7. And he's 4/10 faster than the Russian sensation, that is Shiren. Shiren looked very tidy last week behind the wheel of that Megane. We expect more of that. So Shiren, Digitech, I think it says on the side of that. But it's a mighty fine livery. Shiren, he used to race for Team 13. I'm not sure if he still does or not. We don't hear much from Team 13. They had quite a big presence with Ragnar and Shiren, and there was another guy. I don't remember who. But Shiren at the moment second fastest. Talleyrand third. Look at them just trying to get through that chicane. It is delicious, and Shiren's made a small mistake getting out of the way. Talleyrand stays with it. Skyjacker puts in another faster lap time, and so does the Alien to maintain the lead of this. Shiren's messed that lap up. It's Talleyrand who may move forward. He does, but only ahead of Shiren by just under 2/10. Noxie, a good run there for 5th place. So the rundown so far is Homesick Alien in provisional pole position. Talleyrand alongside him on the front of the grid. Shiren is 3rd fastest so far. And the top 3 are on the racing soft tyre. So that's interesting. Skyjacker, fastest man on the super soft tyre, is 4th fastest, and he's just over a second off of Homesick Alien's time. One feels though he might be just trying to burn his fuel off. He is sitting behind the Alien, I believe, on track. So looking for a good tow from Homesick Alien possibly, as he makes his way around out there on the super softs. Then we have a Noxie, 5th fastest. I said he was doing well from round 1. He looked interesting. Good outside bet there, I think, this series. And he's only on the soft tyre, so doing absolutely cracking stuff. Bazza on the medium tyre, 6th fastest. Hats off to the Belgian. And he's done a strong lap time there to get himself 6th. I mean, it's 1.7 seconds off a Noxie. He's ahead of Jokers, who's also opted for that medium tyre. These guys all getting rid of the medium tyre, it seems, down here. Early doors in this race. Ensign giving it some sideways action. Ensign Newitt around turn blah blah. He's 8th fastest so far. Guesty 9th. He's on the racing softs. That's unusual. Not used to seeing Guesty that far down the grid. He's usually fighting for wins these days. So Guesty is either a track issue or a car issue. But I definitely believe, well, let's see, he's just coming around to finish a lap. It's easy to make a small mistake. And let's see how this lap, oh yeah, there you go, 3rd fastest, ahead of Shiren. Noxie again putting in another lap time, getting himself ahead of Skyjacker, staying in 5th, but doing a super job there. Where was we up to then? So Bazza Twins is 7th on those mediums, Joker's 8th on the mediums. Koikarp's gone faster, but he's still behind Ensign Hewitt, who's just coming up to near the end of a run. I'm not sure, is it worth hanging around, Ensign? Ooh, he's gone a little wide there. Turtle going faster, up into 7th there. So that puts Turtle, the fastest medium runner, only 1.6 seconds behind Skyjacker, who's on the super soft tyres. So read into that what you may, but there's only 40 seconds left of qualifying, and these guys are running out of time for grid position. Ensign Hewitt then, last lap, I'd say, for all of these guys, and Koikarp, unusual to see him 11th fastest. But this is their last runs now. Let's see, Homesick Alien is first on track. Who's behind him? Skyjacker. So, Homesick Alien. See how he does. Coming down the hill. Oh, he's got purples. He's been on pole for most of this qualifying. And it looks like he's going to keep hold of that as he heads up the hill to the chicane, stands on those brakes, straight lines it through the curves as much as he can, gets back onto the accelerator, up into the hairpin, the final corner, throws the Renault Megane into it, slams back on that accelerator, heads towards the line. And does he get fastest? He does. He gets fastest and holds on to pole. Skyjacker crosses the line, stays 5th, unfortunately. Talleyrand's the next to cross the line. Can he go a little faster than the Alien? He can only get 3/10 within the Alien. Guess he's out there. Who's that next coming over the line? It's Noxie up to 4th. Brilliant at qualifying. Here's Shiren. Can he better his time? He does, up into 3rd. Nox Guesty in 4th. Oh, he doesn't go any faster, so the top 4 are done with Homesick Alien, Talleyrand, Shiren, Guesty, Noxie in 5th, Skyjacker in 6th, Turtle, can he change anything? Koikarp's gone faster, he's got off of 11th, he's up into 9th, ahead of Jokers, who has done as well, and Ensign Hewitt is still on a run, and Ensign Hewitt possibly could change things here. He's only 700ths off of Jokers' time, but he's really slinging it into that final corner on those medium tyres. There's someone going slowly. I don't know who that looked like. Turtle, I think, as Ensign Hewitt tries to cross the line. He goes faster and goes 8th. Great stuff, and that was it. That was the last man. So Homesick, Talleyrand, Shiren, Guesty, Noxie. I think it was Skyjacker. Man, that was manic again. Mama Homesick in the chat saying, evening thingy, how are you? I'm good. And how's it saying, can I join in without qualify at last? Oh, sorry, man, I didn't see that in time. I don't think that you can when they're League Ones. You've got to sign up and do it before, ahead of time. Right, let's get rid of the big numbers. Homesick Alien sitting on that front row, ready to go. And Talleyrand alongside him, the battle of the Titans, heading down to that first corner with Shiren and Guesty tucked in just behind. They're on the move now, and we can see, I expect Skyjackers to make quite an impression on those super soft. Talleyrand's taken the lead, straight lined it all the way to the apex of the corner. Homesick Alien having to go the long way around. Shiren maintaining 3rd, but oh my god, he had Skyjacker alongside him, and Skyjacker ran out of track. And I don't know if it's Shiren ran him out of track or he ran out of track. It was too quick a view. Talleyrand leads from Homesick Alien. Shiren then in 3rd place with Guesty battling him for 4th. Noxie tucked up behind him in 5th. Turtle had a great start up into 6th. The Baz is 7th with Koikap in 8th. Ensign Ewart is in 9th place with Jokers in 10th. And Skyjacker there having to make up ground. He's got the super softs on though. And what can he do in race 1? This is not how he wanted it to start for him, I'm sure. And Talleyrand now has to defend from Homesick Alien. We thought Homesick Alien slightly faster than Talleyrand in qualifying by 3/10. And Homesick Alien going for an early move. He doesn't want to get stuck behind the orange and black liveried car. Trying to go for a very epic move around the outside, but it was never on. Behind him we've got Shiren. Well, he hasn't slowed down to redress, so possibly he feels that he gives Skyjacker room. I mean, it was a quick shot. I couldn't really see, to tell you the truth. Guesty there in 4th place with Noxie in 5th. Then we've got Turtle on the medium tyres with Bazza. Oh, Ensign Ewart really hanging it out there. Koikap in 9th, Jokers in 10th, and Skyjacker is catching these guys up exponentially. Yeah. And Talleyrand under threat again from Homesick Alien, and all the time these two are having a little battle. It's all good for Shiren as he closes in on those two ahead of him. So Sa on board with the Russian sensation. Homesick Alien already alongside. Must have got a lovely toe off Talleyrand, and Shiren's going for a late break down the inside, 3 wide into the first corner, and Talleyrand survives with Homesick Alien still there as well in second. Guesty though, Guesty getting a move done on Shiren, but Shiren's on the inside now, and Shiren should get that 3rd place back just from track position if he doesn't run wide, and he does not. So Shiren going for a move up the inside. It was a tough call. He nearly cost himself, and Guesty is thinking about it. He's all up in his business with Noxie just sitting there with a great view of the top 4. Homesick Alien does get the lead though. He just gets a move done on Talleyrand, and now Homesick Alien will be trying to put some space between him and the other 4 cars chasing him. And Talleyrand's got Shiren now. Shiren looking just as fast as Homesick Alien earlier in that lap, but coming out of the corner, he just doesn't seem to have the speed that Talleyrand can take out the corners. Talleyrand closing back up to Homesick Alien, it seems. And this race is yo-yoing between the cars, Shiren and Guesty. Guesty's going for that inside move. No, it's outside, sorry. Oh, it looks like a bit of contact between Guesty and Shiren there. Guesty though is up into 3rd place, Shiren 4th, and Noxie around the outside. Oh, Skyjacker will say beware of going around the outside of Shiren, but he survives it. And Noxie really is going for a move. He's got the inside, but he brakes hard on it into the chicane, and Shiren keeps hold of that 4th place. Meanwhile, Homesick Alien has not shaken off Talleyrand. If anything, Talleyrand coming back at the Alien, and he's going to sit right in his toe now and try and get a move done. Homesick Alien going defensive earlier on in the straight, giving Talleyrand no opportunity now. Homesick Alien moving back out to the racing line as he can into the braking zone. Talleyrand just sitting comfortably. He feels sitting behind him probably a better option at this point than trying to get a move done. And it could be a battle of whose tyres goes first. And Talleyrand is good on his tyres. Probably feels comfortable that he could keep his tyres better than Homesick Alien if they are going for a no-stop strategy, which some of them did last week. Guesty getting purples in 3rd, catching up the front 2, and Shiren now fighting with Noxie. Shiren losing a bit of time to Guesty, and Noxie all up in his business. Skyjacker's up into 6th. I missed all his action, but he's made short work of getting past the medium runners, and he's up into 6th place and back in this race, only 7 seconds behind the leaders. Turtle in 7th, the top racing medium runner, getting those medium tyres out the way early doors with Bazza in 8th place. We have a lovely rivalry between Turtle, the Flying Dutchman, and the Baz, the Belgium. And yeah, at the moment, Turtle will be loving being ahead of Barry Twins. Barry Twins, though, we know, great on tyres, great on fuel consumption, and great for defending, to Ensign Hewitt's dismay, because Ensign Hewitt is the man staring at his exhaust pipe and finding no way by. What to be done? And Koikap, always a danger, sitting just behind. Oh god, hang on, press it once. So Ensign Hewitt, he's got Koikap just behind him, 10th behind him, and Koikap always a threat, always. They seem to have lost Jokus a little bit somewhere along the way, and there you see Koikap's nose just coming into view there as Ensign Hewitt is looking for a way against, and Guesty is up ahead as well, sorry, and then 4 are having a beautiful race there. Turtle, Bazza, Ensign Hewitt and Koikap. Koikap soon to be into this one. Joker's dropping down, but the second and third has changed over, and Talleyrand now down into second. Guesty up into second place, and he is putting a challenge on to Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien, a bit of breathing space and fastest lap to boot, and Homesick Alien showing a lovely bit of form in the Renault Megane's Trophy Cup, and they're having a beautiful race so far, with Guesty chasing him down. Talleyrand is third. He was second, and Sharen's looking eager to make that spot up as well. Noxie's in the mix, and this is delicious for us. Skyjacker trying to catch these guys up after having his earlier moment with Sharen, and there's Noxie having a look at that big open door that Sharen left open, but too far back to make any kind of advantage out of it. So on board with 5th place and Noxie, as Homesick Alien leads from Guesty. Talleyrand in 3rd, Sharen, who's ahead of us, in 4th, and it looks like Sharen looking to make a move on Talleyrand. Oh, Talleyrand early on that brakes, or Noxie was late on the brakes, but Noxie's closed right in on Talleyrand, and Talleyrand just doesn't seem to have the pace at the moment at this phase in the race. He's not enjoying his tyres or something in that Renault. He's just not getting on top of. He's doing lovely consistent times, but the other cars around him just seem to be doing better. A 204 from Homesick Alien, that's ridiculous. A 205 from Guesty, with Sharen a 206. Talleyrand, he may be playing the long game here and going for a no-stopper, whereas Homesick and Guesty doing those lap times, they are getting through their fuel a little quicker than Talleyrand is. So maybe Talleyrand is doing a bit of car management at this point, but Noxie is looking for a move up the inside. He sees a space, but no, he just doesn't get the momentum. They're side by side coming up the hill, but Talleyrand still has the inside line, therefore it's his race line, and Noxie has to save it for another corner, but I'm sure it's coming. And you know what else is coming? Skyjacker on his super soft tyres, because he has closed that gap lovely now to Noxie and Talleyrand, and he's coming for a bit of action. Turtle still ahead of the Baz, but it's all closed up here with Ensign Hewitt, Koikap, all very close together. Ensign Hewitt going for a move on the Barry, but Bazza has it under control and stays there in 8th position, very concentrating on the car ahead of him, Turtle, and Ensign Hewitt's a danger to the Barry in this race at Nürburgring. And this is some beautiful stuff down here. Koikap keeping an eye on the action ahead. I guess these guys are all going to no stop. And there is Jokus. He did a 2:15, you see, on lap 2. He must have made a mistake on lap 2, which has put him on the back step. And yeah, he's chasing this race now, I'm afraid, but he has got the sexiest car out there. So, you know, if that's any kind of I don't know, not confidence, but that's the sound of me thinking, because I can't think of the word, so I'll give up. Homesick Alien still leading this race by 2.4 seconds, another purple as he crosses the line. And Homesick Alien surely showing a dominant race here today in his Renault Megane. It's all just come right for him. Guesty keeping track. He's not letting him get too far ahead. Always a danger. Talleyrand, we think maybe car managing, but we're not sure. Sharen's dropped back. Sharen's dropped back behind Skyjacker. I don't know. Sharen did a 208 last time around, so Sharen, a small mistake, and he's ended up back by Skyjacker, and they were side by side when Skyjacker went off, and that put Noxie up into fourth, and he is definitely targeting Talleyrand, and Noxie could fancy a podium today, but I don't know how strategies work in this new championship. It's very interesting how they play it, and they may not pit stop. They may pit stop. That's how it is. I'm not sure. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Who knows? I'm surprised the medium guys have stayed out. I would have thought they would have pitted. They're not going to win the race. Even on racing softs, you can go the whole race. We know that from last time round. So if you're going to go for a racing medium tyre, I would pit. I'd pit. I definitely would. Why not? I'd pit now, boys. Oh, Ensign Ewart. Oh, Barry twins. Baz has dropped behind Koikar, but Koikar's made a small mistake there, and Baz has got a half in. He's got one leg in, one leg out. He's shaking it all about. He's trying to do the okey dokey, and he's turned it around, and that's what it's all about. So the Baz is up back into 9th. Koi slipping down to 10th. We saw Koikar though making that small mistake, going a little wide, and inviting the Baz to get the move done. Ensign Ewart up into 8th, chasing down. Skyjack has gone in. He's changed those softs, those super softs, so maybe he fancies, although he has used nearly half a tank of fuel up, and we're not even halfway yet. But I would go in. If I was on the mediums, what can you lose? Possibly if I was possibly not Turtle, because Turtle is leading the medium tyres, but if I was Koikar, pit stop, put a pair of softs on, or maybe even super softs if they don't last a whole race, and just catch them up as their tyres go off. Their tyres do go off. It is a struggle to get the tyres to go a whole race. So Joker's then up into 10th. He's still on his original mediums, but he's ahead of Skyjacker now, who's been in, and cleverly he's got the mediums out of the way. He was in a good 6th, 5th place, so he has given some away in this race, so he doesn't have to use the mediums in the next race. So it is a bit of give and take, and Talleyrand there, it's probably the wise move. He had the super softs on, made his intentions for the win. The win wasn't on, and it looks like he's decided to get rid of the medium tyre in this race. Consolation, that's the one, Pat. Thanks, man. That's the word you were looking for Joker's having a nice looking car despite not having such a good on-track performance this time. Consolation, that's it. Thank you, Pat. See, you'd be so much better at this than me, because you have the words and I don't. The vocabulary. So, Skyjacker, interesting strategy. Damage control, I'd call it. Homesick Alien still leading this race. 3.5 seconds. He's pulled out a second on Guesty. Is that Guesty going slower or Homesick going faster? Homesick has dropped into the 205s now. This is how you see the tyre deck is starting to affect them. And they're losing a little bit of speed there. About 8 tenths for Guesty. Homesick nearly a second. Well, no, about 8 tenths as well for Homesick and Guesty. Talleyrand, who was looking after his car, remember, in the beginning, he was doing 207s and managing to hold ground. He's now picked up the pace into the 204s, and his tyres are in a lot better state than the two cars ahead of him. So Talleyrand, interesting stuff from Talleyrand, and it might come good for him by the end of this race. Clever boys. And there is Noxie, 4th place. His tyres aren't too bad. We're over halfway. The tanks are over half filled. The fuel tanks can see out a race. Shuren then chasing them down in 5th place. Turtle, top medium runner. Oh, we've got a little battle on again with Ensign Hewitt. Bazza going up again. Ensign Hewitt. So Bazza losing those 2 places, but he's come back like a phoenix from the flames. Although Ensign has got something to say. He's gone deep with the brakes. He's sliding all over the place. Bazza gives him a little push. Says, hey, mate, do you need hands? You seem to be going the wrong direction. And the Baz then gets ahead of him. And Ensign Hewitt slips in behind in 8th place. But Ensign Hewitt, very lively. And the Baz probably just wants him to stay down. Just stay down. And like Captain America, Ensign Hewitt saying, I can do this all day. He's young and sprite, where the Baz is getting old in the tooth now. You can't maintain this level of racing for 30 minutes. So come on, give the old man a break, Ensign. Right then, let's have a look. Oh no, Ensign's going for another move. That's never on, Ensign, in the chicane. Do not even dare. That's crazy talk. But Ensign Hewitt looks like he's got a good drive out of the chicane. He's giving the Baz something to think about. That back end of Ensign Hewitt's car is so lively. Oh, and the Baz has gone a little bit wide, and it looks like Ensign Hewitt does get the place. Unbelievable racing from these guys, and the Baz gets back in the tow. And what a battle down here for 7th, 8th and 9th with Koikap all there as well. Ensign Hewitt goes very defensive. Bazza staying out very wide. And oh, Ensign Hewitt's car twitching all over the place. And the Baz just having to deal with this. And he's saying he's too old for this. I don't know if he is too old. I've made that assumption. And Jokers, he can see those now. So Jokers, this isn't an absolute waste of time for him, because still with 12 minutes left of racing, he can see 3 cars, and the Baz is going for a detour, and he's going to give Koikap the position again. Bazza bouncing between 7th, 8th and 9th. It's beautiful to see. Let's have a quick look up front though, see what they're up to. Homesick Alien leading this race by 4.1 seconds. On those racing softs, I don't think we're going to see him pit today. I think he's going to go all the way to the win. Guesty in 2nd place. It's a tough one. He looked like he was in for a win last week, and he did come into the pits. So we'll see. We'll see what the thoughts of Guesty are. I think he's going all the way. The Noxie, 4th place, another 4th place. I saw him from first race last week. Getting 4th race, he's picking up some great points in this early championship, these early rounds of this championship. Shuren, I think a small mistake cost him a podium today, down there in 5th place, just surviving. He's got 14 seconds on the medium runners. Any of them, do you think? See, Bazza, if it's becoming a struggle, well, no, he likes to stay out though, doesn't he? I don't know, I would have been tempted to come in, because look how much Skyjacker, he's come in, he's picked up the mediums, but just a fresh set of mediums, and he's closing in on the boys ahead of him. It's 10 minutes left to go, only 1.7 seconds behind Jokus. Jokus is 1.3 seconds behind Koi, who's only 7/10 behind the Baz, who's 6/10 behind Ensign Hewitt. Turtle managing to get away from them guys now by 4 seconds. And Turtle's just in a race of his own. He's probably loving it. He's probably thinking, this is it. This is what I need. Bit of relaxation here in Nürburgring. Turtle power. But this is the man of the hour, Homesick Alien, with 10 more minutes left of racing here at the Nürburgring for round 2 of the Renault Megane Trophy Championship. And it's been a humdinger again. So Pat saying Barry might be struggling more with his son on track as well. That's a race that would be good to see. Oh, Kobe, yeah, bring back Kobe. That's what I say. No, I don't want to make Barry feel bad, but bring Kobe in. Not bring back Kobe, but not instead of Bazza, as well as Bazza. So bring Kobe. Bring back Kobe. So homesick alien, hashtag bring back Kobe. Homesick alien, 5 seconds lead now from Guesty. Guesty is slowly falling into the clutches of Talleyrand. I think Talleyrand's got a lot more tyre left at this point in the race, and Talleyrand is getting edgy and racy, and he wants that second place from Guesty, and I don't think Guesty's got the tyres to defend from it. And Talleyrand already up the inside. They're rubbing paint of them doors. Sharing is caring. And it looks like Talleyrand has got the run done. He got the run done out of that final corner, didn't he, with his extra grip. And Guesty now just slotting in behind, maybe trying to get a good run on Talleyrand, but Talleyrand's got the better line. Talleyrand on the inside, it's still side by side from these two, but Talleyrand in the end. But now Guesty's going to go for another shoot up the inside, but he doesn't quite commit to it because he's not close enough. And Talleyrand then, that's how you do a podium to second place, a third to a second, in a glorious way with 8 minutes remaining. And this has been one edgy race. Has Talleyrand got 6 seconds in him? Homesick Alien's been doing 2:05.4s regularly for the last couple of laps. 2:05.3 and a 2:04.8 the lap before. Talleyrand might just have the pace here. We'll have to keep an eye. We'll come back. Guesty already a second behind Talleyrand. Just doesn't have the grip on those tyres. What's Noxie's grip? Oh my word, Noxie has about twice as much grip as Guesty has. And this is going to be a real battle for that podium in the final 8 minutes of this race. Sharon fifth. His tyres are pretty cooked. I don't think he's going to make an impression on the guys ahead of him, and he's got a big old safety gap between him and Turtle. Ensign Newitt's up to 7th now. Bazza is down in 8th. Skyjacker making a move on Koi Carp. He's on them fresher mediums, remember. And Skyjacker slowly cutting through the field. He's already got past Jokus. And now Koi Carp. Koi Carp could be in danger from Jokus as he closes in. And Skyjacker, the man on the move. I think he was like 4th when he pitted for those medium tyres. No, I think he was 5th. Sharon was behind him. And he's never going to catch Turtle up. There's too big a distance. But he might be able to get himself up into 7th place, which isn't too bad. And he's traded off the use of the medium tyres. So not a bad strategy in the end from Skyjacker. So Homesick Alien leading this race 5 seconds. So Talleyrand is closing the gap. It was 6 seconds. And Talleyrand has cut a second out of Homesick Alien's lead. But with only 6 minutes on the clock, that's around about 3 laps left. So yeah, maybe Homesick could be in trouble. It's just dropped into the 4s. Talleyrand at 2:04.9 last time around. Talleyrand really does have some pace at the end of this race. And Homesick Alien, he might have spent his tyres. And Talleyrand has saved them. And now he's coming on the attack. Talk about attack. Noxie has really closed that gap to Guesty. Guesty struggling on his tyres at the moment at 2:07.5. Last time round for Guesty, well, it's Noxie doing a 2:05.3. And it's race on between these two contenders. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Is that Noxie going for a move? No, I think Guesty's still got the inside line. That corner always catches me out. I always think it's somewhere else. So Noxie just settling in there behind Guesty. What he has to do is wait for a bit of a late break into the corner from Guesty. Or Guesty just over defending. He hasn't got the tyres to make any risky moves. And Noxie can just gobble him up. Do not do it in the chicane. You just got to back out of this one. You can't go attacking. Scares me. Oh no! Whoa! Hey! Noxie, lovely stuff. Catching the car, coming through that chicane. That back end I thought was around. Yes, spin me right around, baby, right around. But Noxie, he caught that bad boy. Absolutely delicious. Thank you very much, Noxie. We were on board for that as well. So mark that one, Noxie, at 25 minutes in the race. And Noxie trying to find a way to get himself past Guesty. Guesty, though, stubborn as a mule. He's sitting there in a beautiful podium position. He wants the boo, and he doesn't want to give the boo up. So Homesick Alien, 3.4 seconds with 4 minutes to go. Talleyrand is absolutely chomping into Homesick Alien's lead, and this is going to be a crazy end to a crazy race. Guesty still managing to defend from Noxie. Noxie, his tyres aren't getting any newer, but snores our Guesty. Guesties are going away quicker than Noxie's are. Noxie with a slight bit more grip. But as the race continues, that grip gets less and less. Sharon, does he feel he can catch back up with Guesty and Noxie? His tyres do seem spent, but he is going faster than the guys ahead of him, I believe. This is fantastical stuff. And I want to look further down the field because they're all moving around as well. Skyjacker now ahead of Barry. I thought Guesty had made a mistake there. And Noxie's having another look around the outside of Guesty, but there's nothing on round there. Noxie already knows that, and he just can't find a good spot that Guesty's leaving open for him. 3 minutes left on the clock, and it's yeah. I'm going to stick my neck out and say that there'll only be 2 minutes by the time they cross the line, I think. And Noxie getting frustrated now. Is he going to go for a move that just isn't on for a podium? Sharon is closing in on him quite fast as well. And Noxie does not want the headache of the Russian sensation on his tailpipe. So he's going to have to make this move on Guesty pretty soon. He's going to try and grab a toe. Guesty's moved over to the inside of the track to defend that inside line. Noxie comes out. Is he going to get up alongside him? Late on the brakes. He's got better grip. Is he going to flip it back underneath Guesty? He just cannot do it. Guesty just putting his car in all the right positions to annoy Noxie's attempt at getting that podium position. And we'll have a quick look at Homesick Alien and Talleyrand, see if they've got any closer. But there's some beautiful close racing going on there. Let's have a look then. Homesick Alien 2.4 seconds ahead of Talleyrand. Guesty and Noxie are all up in each other's business. Sharon is catching them very quickly. Turtle is all on his own, but Skyjacker now ahead of Ensign Hewitt on those newer mediums, and he is ragging it, baby. He's ragging it to try and catch Turtle up. He is slinging his Megane from one end of the track to the other, and he's doing it with style. Ensign Hewitt then in 8th, ahead of Barry Twins in 9th, and Barry Twins having to defend from Koikap and Jokus there in the mix, and it's a beautiful battle down here for 9th, 10th and 11th, but it's Guesty is the action. No, is he? Noxie's still there. Sorry, I couldn't see Noxie. I thought he dropped him. I bet Guesty wish he couldn't drop him. But Noxie all up in his action like white on rice, baby. He is... No, Guesty's got the car sideways. And Noxie says, thank you very much. That's all I needed. That's all I wanted. And that's all I got. And Noxie is up into a podium position. And Guesty could do nothing about that. And that is the moment that Noxie has been waiting for the last 2 or 3 laps. And he knew Guesty's times, but Guesty's coming back. And oh my word, that was never, ever going to be on. Homesick Alien, is the time still going? So Homesick Alien is going to have to do another lap and deal with that pressure from Talleyrand, who's closing the gap ever so much. Noxie looks like he's going to cross the line, and Sharon's up against Guesty. That into the chicane from Guesty has made it so he's dropped behind Sharon with those tyres. Really are dismal. He's got to do another lap. Turtle looking at the timer, he might have to do another lap as well. This is fantastic, and he's under a lot of pressure from Skyjacker, and Skyjacker will be hoping if Turtle has to do another lap, Skyjacker wants to do another lap to get that 6th position, and then he would have only lost 1 position from that pit stop. The timer's on 1 second, and I think that's done. And did they get through? They did. It's Ensign Hewitt that finishes in 8th. Barry Twins comes home in 9th place. Koikap in 10th, with Jokers very close behind in 11th. And my word, we've got some battles to look out for then. Sharon, no, it's this one, Turtle and Skyjacker. And Skyjacker, it was like Christmas for him getting across that line. Turtle just trying to get to the end of this race. Skyjacker has been closing in all the time. And Talleyrand, no, it's 7/10, so this is a battle as well. Talleyrand is going to go for the win. Homesick Alien has been losing time on Talleyrand ever since Talleyrand got himself into second place. It's 8/10. Is it enough? Talleyrand is chasing down Homesick Alien. Skyjacker is on Turtle's tail. This is beautiful racing here for the first race here at Nürburgring for round 2 of the Renault Megane Trophy Series, and Homesick Alien just slightly with his fingers on the trophy for the first race, but Talleyrand wants to deny him. He wants to deny him his second win of the season, but Homesick Alien, with no stops on this track, brings it home to take the win. Congratulations, super drive for Homesick Alien. Talleyrand pressuring him all the way till second place. Noxie, take off your goddamn helmet, my friend, and take a boo, my son. Well done, Noxie. Great podium. Shiren comes home in 4th place. Fantastic drive from Shiren. Guesty in 5th, just about there. Skyjacker did get ahead of Turtle, I'm afraid. We missed that one watching the other guys crossing the line, and Guesty coming around that final corner. He's in danger of Skyjacker catching him up if he is ghosted, but no, Guesty comes home in 5th. Skyjacker grabbing a great 6th, only losing 1 position from them pit stops, and Turtle the best of the medium run as well. Skyjacker technically was a medium runner, but whew. And there he is, Homesick Alien. He's got his corral and his trophy. So well done to that man there. I will take you to the racing results, and we'll have a quick rundown of that. We'll have a look at the stream chat. Ensign Hewitt in the chat saying epic racing with Barry there, so close. And Mama Homesick saying, yeah, well done, yay, well done, Homesick, cracking race. And Ensign Hewitt saying, congratulations, Homesick Alien. Wow, the lobby's changed quick. So here we go then. Homesick Alien was your winner, your pole sitter, your winner and fastest lap. He did the Grand Slam, or half a Grand Slam, I suppose, because we've got 2 races this evening, and it's going to be very tricky for him to win the next one, having to use those medium tyres. Talleyrand in second place, also in Homesick's position. He's got to use the medium tyres for the next race, as does Noxie, Shiren, and Guesty, them top 5, all bringing it home on the soft tyre. But those 5 will have to, they'll start from the back of the grid, because it's reverse grid of the race 1 results for race 2, and they will be, well, you'd assume they're starting on the mediums, but they've got to use the medium tyre. They've also can use the super softs, so they could start super softs and then try and get up into the pack and then go in for a pit stop near the end for mediums. But that's what I mean. The strategies are all over the shop. We saw Skyjacker start on the super softs and pit for the mediums halfway through, or 10 minutes from the end, and it worked out rather well for him, getting 6th place there. Turtle in 7th, Ensign Hewitt in 8th, 9th for Barry Twins, Koi Carp in 10th, Jokers in 11th place, and they all ran with the medium tyres from 6th place down to 11th, and they will be making up your grid from Jokers, Koi Carp 2nd, Barry Twins 3rd, Ensign Hewitt 4th, Turtle 5th, Skyjacker 6th. That will be, how does that work out when there's 11? Jokers 1, Koi Carp 2, Barry Twins 3, Ensign Hewitt 4. Yeah, no. Okay. Right, we're going to have a look at them practice and see if there's any kind of sign about if we have a small break here. Wheaty. Oh, it's a wetty one. With some great racing, that one. Wheaty. I think wheaty means it's wet, so no, doesn't look wet. Wheaty. I'd be surprised. There's no talk of wet tyres on the in the chat. So there is some people entered. So we'll go to the track. It looks dry to me. I don't know what he meant. Oh, sweaty. Maybe he said that was a sweaty one. Sweaty. He has put sweaty. Wheaty. No one yet to go out on track. Who's our favourite to go on track? Turtle likes to go for a drive. Right, well, I'm going to take 1 second or two. There's no timer to say when it's going to kick off. I'll take my phone with me and watch YouTube, and if they start looking like they line up on the grid, I'll come back. Oh, Ensign Newart's out. Car 34 on track. Boys from the Dwarf. He's giving the Super Softs a try out, so you know you can watch Ensign for a little while. hey, oh, let's go. Hey, ho, well, let's go. Hey, ho, well, let's go. Here we are then, getting ourselves ready for race 2 of round 2 of the Renault Megane trophy. What a great little series this is. It really is. It really throws the cat in amongst the pigeons, which, let me tell you, as a person who has actually tried to throw the cat in amongst the pigeons, it is rather fun, but messy. So, we are racing at 20:55, and Guesty is rearing to go. He's not even waiting for a ready. He doesn't even want a ready. He just wants to crack on. And the Empire sits strong. There's the ready. And the Empire is strong in this room. I can feel the dark side flowing through. We've got just a whole rizz all the way. Ring-a-ding-ding. And so then it's going to be a reverse grid of the results of the first race. Don't forget, if you're a fan of YouTube and the use of YouTube, they need you to hit that like button. For me, couldn't care less. But just for YouTube's sake, it's a small company, and they're trying, man. They're trying to feed you content. They really are. It costs them a lot of money to make the content that they make. So please hit that like button. And here we go then. Joker's on the front with Koikap. They're on the super softs. Koikap is on the racing softs. We've got a green light and it's a go, but we've got a non-mover. Oh my word. And it looks like Noxie's come a cropper with Turtle. Turtle non-moving off of the grid. And now Koikap's gone for the lead off of Joker's. Joker's slipping down into second, and Koikap now leads the group away with the Bazza fighting for second place, but Joker's keeping it to himself for a corner or two, and he's gone in very late on the brakes. He's lost a big ground there as all the other cars filter on through. Koikap leads. Bazza is now up into second. Jokers, he does maintain third actually, with Ensign Hewitt right in there in the mix, but Ensign's got by. Ensign Hewitt on the soft tyre, and Skyjacker going the other side of Jokers there, and Joker's paying for that mistake with his late brake on those super soft tyres. Guesty harassing him now on the medium tyres, with Shiren starting on the mediums. We have Homesick Alien making his way up and he's on the mediums as well. Talleyrand on the softs. Ooh, Talleyrand started on the softs. He has to use mediums at some point in this race, so you can see Talleyrand's intentions early on. And Turtle starting on the mediums. He didn't get off the line very well, and it's caused Noxie a bit of mayhem as well. So interesting stuff for these guys on the mediums. Long race for them. And Koikap still leads the race. Ensign Hewitt has been a thorn in Barry Twins' side throughout this round. If it wasn't for Ensign Hewitt, Bazza would have had a good round. Pat in the chat saying maybe not in Blackpool. The birds aren't bothered by much here. Oh, right. Yeah, they'll attack for a chip. They're gulls, aren't they? Gulls. Yeah, gulls are disgusting. And there goes Bazza going for a move on Ensign Hewitt in the chicane. I've said all race, do not make a move in the chicane. It's too scary. And Bazza, he ignored those heeds of warning, and he went for it, but he gains second place, and he's chasing down Koikap, who has led this whole lap, and he's done it 2 laps, and he's done it commandingly. It's great stuff. Shiren's going for a big move further down. I can't see who on. Oh, he's on Homesick Alien is Shiren, and he's getting the move done, but Homesick Alien's still there. Oh, someone's just been put back, and I don't know who. Jokers. Oh, Jokers is having a mare of a race, this one. And that's letting Turtle and Noxie close in on the Jokers. And maybe Joker's not enjoying the Nürburgring as much as he would think. Koikap then leads this race. Skyjacker up into second. He's managed to get himself past Bazza and Ensign. Ensign down to 4th. I believe there's been some mighty racing going on that we have missed. And now Guesty on his medium tyres, not letting those soft runners get away from him. Up ahead, And this race is full of excitement at the moment as Skyjacker on a racing set of soft tyres, and we saw the guys in the first race manage to make that last a whole race, chasing down a Koi Carp who's on the racing softs as well, so neither of these guys may have to pit. The Baz, he also in the same position on those racing softs in third. Ensign Hewitt on the racing softs in fourth place, making a real fight of it as Guesty on those medium tyres is sticking with them. Homesick Alien are rising up into sixth place. Talleyrand having some trouble with Shiren down there in seventh place. Shiren trying to find a way by is Talleyrand. Oh yeah, he's on them racing softs, so no, he must have got past Shiren, I apologise. And Talleyrand, he'll be wanting to get by the medium runners because he's going to have to pit and put some mediums on in this race. Shiren on those mediums. Jokus, he started up near the front. He's on those super softs, so he will have to pit. Well, he doesn't have to pit in this race if he can get those super softs all the way to the end, but I'm not sure he's going to manage it. Noxie in 10th. He's got himself by Turtle, who had some issues getting off the grid. And the Noxie coming up a cropper, and Noxie probably driving a little angry now. He's probably thinking he's been hot property this evening, and he feels probably he could have got a good start there, and now he's got to do it the hard way, the long way. Skyjacker's going for the lead on Koi Carp, and he's got it. Unbelievable stuff. So Skyjacker is driving like an absolute legend out there at the moment in the green and black liveried VRC motorsport car. Sorry, Virtual Racers Club. I didn't know whether or not to say Virtual Racers Club or VRC. It's all about brand, baby. Ensign Hewitt in third place, closing in on Koi Carp. Koi Carp having a shaky lap, it seems. He's got to get his head back on, give his head a shake, and get back into the groove of it. As Ensign Hewitt, we've seen him this evening, very racy indeed, and he's not scared to throw the car in there and give it a go. So Koi Carp best be on his best defence at the moment. It looks like Ensign Hewitt's already got the inside line on Koi Carp, and he's through. Ensign Hewitt on a flyer, and Koi Carp losing 2 positions in 1 lap. The worst case scenario, but he's still there with Ensign Hewitt, and he's coming back at the man, and he's going to shove that kipper where the sun does not shine. No, Ensign Hewitt sensibly defending, but Koi Carp getting a better drive out, getting that inside line, and it looks like Koi Carp gets the position back, and Koi up into second. Ensign, though, coming back at him out of the corner, and Ensign Hewitt, no, holds on to second place, with Koi Carp trying to get a toe. No, he's going for that inside line, and Koi Carp coming back at Ensign. We have an absolute zinger of a race here between these two, and Koi does get his nose into the corner first, and he is back into second place. All this is helping Skyjacker pull away in the lead, with Guesty just sitting behind those guys, but he's got Talleyrand, who's made his way through the crowd, and you've got Bazza racing with Homesick, Shiren, and Joker's back in the mix. Noxie catching him up, and Turtle not too far behind as well. So where were we? Hoo-wee, we've got Guesty, who's in fourth place on those medium tyres. Talleyrand on them racing soft tyres. They've come to life, and he has as well. Don't forget, though, he has to use the medium tyre. So even though he started on the racing softs, it makes it for a very interesting strategy where we assume those medium-tired runners are not going to pit. Homesick Alien out of nowhere on the inside. He tried it on, didn't he? Wow. He really did. He didn't get Talleyrand's position, but he did get Guesty's. But Guesty's got the inside line for this next corner, and you would assume Guesty will retake that car. Whoa, what a race. I can't even stop for a breath here. Come on, guys. This is cracking. You got Shiren just sitting in behind these guys, waiting for a bit of action himself. And there, Homesick going back ahead of Guesty, and Shiren doing one as well at the inside, but Guesty's got enough to maintain, and you've got Bazza right there as well. On board with Barry in 8th place, behind Shiren, Guesty in 6th, and Homesick Alien is in 5th, I believe, and Talleyrand 4th. And Jokers, who we thought was out of it, as Bazza goes a bit wide, and that gives Jokers the oomph to try and have a look up the inside. And behind Jokers, we've got Noxie, who's been on fire at this round. Nürburgring really suits Noxie, or the Megane does, I think, because he was great at Autopolis as well. And there you see Jokers grabbing a toe from Bazza, but no, just brakes, and oh my god, Bazza's really late on the brakes, and oh my words, oh dearie me, dearie me, that was a mess. Poor old Baz. Guesty's gone, and oh dare we. So we see there's the Baz. I think he just tried to outbrake Jokers, and just outbraked himself, tried to avoid the cars, and just took poor Guesty right out of the equation. And I know Baz, he doesn't do that. He'll be feeling absolutely awful at the moment. But Skyjacker leads the way with Koikarp in second. Skyjacker pulling out 4 seconds on Koikarp. Ensign Ewart fighting for a podium here, but Talleyrand is up with the loss of Guesty, and Talleyrand now up into 4th place. He's on those racing softs, but he's gonna have to make a pit stop, with Homesick Alien in 5th. Jokers now 6th, ahead of Shiren in that, involved with that Bazza Twins moment. Noxie gained out of it though, he's up into 8th, and so did Turtle, up into 9th place. And Barry Twins is a 10th place, and I imagine he's not feeling great. So Skyjacker leads the way, 5.2 seconds. I mean, it might not have even been his fault. It might have been a brake malfunction. These sim wheels can be very odd. We've seen guys before where they said they've pushed the brake and just nothing's happened. So it's could be a hardware problem rather than the nut that's turning the wheel. Skyjacker 5 seconds ahead of Koikarp. Koikarp though pulling lovely away. Talleyrand not able to shake off Homesick Alien. I guess the medium tyres. Ensign Ewart's dropped down into 5th place. Homesick Alien doing a super job on those medium tyres. We saw Guesty was managing to maintain the same pace as the guys on the soft tyre. And as far as Homesick Alien's concerned, Talleyrand's going to have to pit before the end of the race, and that will put Homesick Alien into a podium position, and it's questionable how good Skyjacker and Koikarp's tyres will be. And he's only 7.6 seconds away from the lead, but we are only 12 minutes into the race. Still 18 minutes to go, so that will be a long distance before their tyres start going away from them. Ensign Ewart still a threat, still there, looming large in the mirrors of Homesick Alien. Shiren trying to catch up. He's just got himself past Jokers, and he's on those medium tyres. We know he's got good pace, and I imagine he would like to close up to that little gang ahead of him. Jokers in 7th spot. He's got Noxie, who has been on fire. Noxie going up the inside now, trying to get the move done on Jokers, but he backs right out of it. It is the chicane, don't forget. I wouldn't be brave enough to make a move in there. Shiren, 5 seconds to find on Ensign Ewart, who is right there with Homesick Alien. Looks like he's going to make a move. Talleyrand has caught up Koikarp. Talleyrand is going for a move, and it looked like Noxie's gone into the pits to get rid of those medium tyres. And that's what I was saying about the first race with the guys on the medium tyres, that I'm surprised they didn't go in and get rid of the medium tyres and get some soft tyres on and race, or super soft tyres, and get themselves some fast laps by the end of the race. And that looks like what Noxie's going to do. So it'll be interesting to see how Noxie's race pans out. But Talleyrand gets himself by Koikarp and the fastest lap of the race while he's at it. Skyjacker 205.7. He's been doing 205s. I think he's doing a Talleyrand jobby. I think he's doing some car management out there, looking after the tyres, looking after the fuel. He's found himself with a bit of a lead. And Talleyrand now, he's going to have to close that gap down. But Talleyrand's tyres are in a lot better of a state than Skyjacker's. So, but Talleyrand's got a pit, don't forget. I forgot, so you guys better not forget. Talleyrand's got a pit and put some medium tyres on. He'll get a 30-second penalty, I think. Koikarp then dropping back. Is it tyres for Koikarp? Is he not getting that grip that he wishes? Homesick Alien on a set of medium tyres is matching the pace of Koikarp, and we may think Koikarp's softs have gone past their best, and Homesick Alien swoops through to get that third place. Very tight racing from the pair of them. Space given, respect, and Koikarp still manages to maintain third as Homesick Alien still tries to close that gap. Ensign Ewart still looming large around there as Homesick Alien feels like he's getting slowed down, and he's going to go for a move in the chicane. I said, let's not do that. 3 wide coming out the chicane. That is ridiculous. 3 wide going into the final corner is even more ridiculous. And something's got to give. Who's it going to be? No one. Homesick Alien grabs that third spot. He's alongside Ensign Ewart, though, and Ensign Ewart's going to have the inside line. And Koikarp is grabbing a toe from Ensign Ewart. Those two have broke off to have a race, and Koikarp's pulled out of that one. Coming back over to the Alien and the racing line, and Ensign Ewart may lose out. His back end's wiggling around. Koikarp's going to try and usurp him, and he does. Up the inside, great racing from these three. Beautiful stuff. Homesick Alien a little wide there going into the corner. He's on those medium tyres. He's probably fighting with grip at the moment. And it's delicious with Homesick Alien now 4 seconds behind Talleyrand. Koikarp still racy, still feeling it, and still up for a go at Homesick Alien. But Homesick Alien, his tyres, his medium tyres seem to be in better shape than Koi's, and Koi's off, and Koi is off and around, and that gives Shiren an opportunity to get a position there. Koi, Turtle's next on track, and Koi gets back on track again, and Turtle there closing in, and those soft tyres catching the ever degrading soft tyres will caught Koikarp out. He should have just didn't have the fight in him. And how is Talleyrand doing? Talleyrand's got the fastest lap at 204.8 against Skyjacker's 205s. He's staying consistent in the 205s. I think he's trying to look after his car, but Talleyrand's tyres are in a lot better state. Homesick Alien in a solid podium position at the moment. The only man to be able to battle him is Ensign Ewart. Don't forget, Talleyrand still hasn't used his medium tyres. He will have to come in and pit at some point in this race to put a set of medium tyres on. Shiren gaining that position from Koikarp's mistake. He's 4 seconds adrift of Ensign Ewart. He's doing 206s. Let's see what he does when he comes around this time. Crosses the line, another 206.3. Ensign Ewart 206.9. So Ensign Ewart starting to lose the pace, and Shiren closing in. Homesick Alien 206.0 last time around, and waiting for Talleyrand to make that pit stop. Shiren then in 5th. Turtle is up into 6th. Turtle's made a mistake on those medium tyres, and Noxie he's pitted, he's put the super softs on, and he's only 15 seconds behind Turtle. Turtle can't afford to make too many mistakes. Why is Turtle on mediums? Well, didn't he use mediums in the first race? He did. He's using mediums again. Well, you can use them more than once. There's no rule against that. But it's strange. Maybe he thought worked for him in the first race. He's going to give it a go in the second race. And to tell you the truth, he is sixth. You can't say it's not working for him. Good points for him. Noxie, though, on those super softs, he's going to be doing... No, he's doing 204s. 204s to Turtle's 207s. It's going to be tight, and Noxie is the best he's going to hope for. Well, and don't forget, Talleyrand's going to pit as well. Noxie might gain out of Talleyrand's pit stop. Might get 5th place on for him. Jokus in 8th. I think he's pitted. Yeah, he pitted on lap 7. Put some racing softs on. Koikart's been in. He's put his super softs on. So it's interesting. The guy, well, his tyres were starting to give up on him. And the Bazza out there, he's been in and he's put some super softs on as well to try and close the gap on the guys ahead of him. 16 seconds adrift of Koikart. It's a huge ask in 11 minutes, but we have seen it. We did see Skyjacker do some cracking stuff in that first race. Talk about Skyjacker doing cracking stuff. He's still leading this race. It has come down from about 5 seconds to 2.5 seconds. Slowly, Talleyrand chipping away. He keeps getting fastest laps each time. Each tour around the Nürburgring, he goes a little faster, a 204.030, but he's going to have to pit. And a pit stop costs about 30 seconds. And, wow. 30 seconds puts him between Turtle and Noxie. So, Noxie might be hot on the heels of Talleyrand, who'll be on medium tyres as well. So he won't have the set of tyres to fight with that he probably wished to. He won't have to pick up fuel, though. But I don't think those that did picked up fuel. It's still 30 seconds to come into the pits. Do your business, get back out again. So Skyjacker shouldn't need to worry about Talleyrand, but I don't know how much awareness that he has that Talleyrand hasn't used a medium tyre yet. So I imagine Skyjacker's pretty savvy. I think he also sometimes has the stream on in the background, but I believe if Koikart's racing, he'll probably chat with Koikart, so he might not have the stream on. So yeah, I'm not sure of what awareness Skyjacker has. Probably knows with the pace that Talleyrand's putting out there at the moment that he's not got a medium set of tyres on, not doing 204.0s. Homesick Alien, great round for him, a win, and it's looking like almost definite second place for him after Talleyrand's pit stop. He's dropped Ensign Ewart. Ensign Ewart now, his concern, he's going to go in. He's going in, is Ensign Ewart. He's going to go and get himself a fresh set of rubber as Sharon picks up that position. Turtle also, he's on the medium tyres. He probably has no... Although Noxie is catching him up quick. If I was Turtle, I would be thinking, well, if you pit, you lose the position. If you stay out, you might lose the position. Because Noxie on those super softs has halved. He was something like 14 seconds behind Turtle. And he's down to 7 seconds now. Another 205.9 from Noxie that time around. Turtle up to 5th now, but did a 208. So Noxie is coming. There is Ensign Ewart out of the pits with a set of super softs ahead of Jokus. Only just, though, 2 seconds. It's very tight. Koikart there on his super softs. He's gone faster than he's gone in this race before, a 205.683. And Bazza, 207.2. He's getting some good lap times in on his super softs. Skyjacker then, it's 9 tenths between him and Talleyrand. But Talleyrand will need to pit for medium tyres. Oh, look at that. I said I wanted the shot with the green and the orange VRC cars. And that is what I got. And I am pleased for it as well. Look at that. They look delicious together on track. It's like a Work of art, moving at 130 miles an hour. Oh, delicious. Superb. Hey, what's for pudding? What's for pudding, Mum? Some livery porn. Son. There you go. Talleyrand then makes his move up the inside of Skyjacker, but I'm pretty sure Skyjacker, oh no, Skyjacker still maintains that lead, but Skyjacker knows his race is not with Talleyrand. Surely he knows we're down to 6.5 minutes over, just under 7 minutes, shall we say, of racing left, and there goes Talleyrand with the move, but no, still Skyjacker fancies the race. He says, screw it, no, I'm going to defend, you're going to have to pit, go in, you fool. And Talleyrand then, he does just about know Skyjacker's coming back. This is delicious, guys. You're just teasing us now, aren't you? Beautiful. Both of them, massive grins on their faces, playing around, looking in some dead sexy cars. Thing is, they don't want to take each other out now, do they? That would be silly if that would happen. So Talleyrand and Skyjacker battling it out there. We're missing any other racing, because how can you pull away from this? This is cracking. Talleyrand, bit more grip on his tyres, later on the brakes into the hairpin, and takes the lead from Skyjacker. But Talleyrand has not used the medium tyres so far, and they are mandatory. And Skyjacker having a little fun out there, I think. Just looking, he's going for it again. My word, why are they risking this? Talleyrand out wide. And Homesick Alien's loving it, I suppose. If they're slowing each other down, we'll see when they come around. Skyjacker still leads this race from Talleyrand, but Talleyrand coming for the lead again. And definitely no team orders in the VRC Motorsports. Oh, and Skyjacker just has a little off there, probably had to have a little lift, and that gave Talleyrand the opportunity to get a jump, but still Talleyrand has to come into pit. And yeah, it has cost him a couple of seconds on Homesick Alien. Skyjacker's tyres starting to go away, and now Homesick Alien is in view. Talleyrand must pit. Let's put medium tyres on. Skyjacker is on an old set of softs. He's had a little play with Talleyrand, but I think he's worn his tyres out, taken any life of them that he had away, and now he's got Homesick Alien bearing down on him, 5 seconds behind. Homesick Alien are reeling off some 206s, just flicking them off the wrist. I like they mean nothing. Skyjacker was a 210 last time around, and Skyjacker, he may be in trouble from his rear. Sharon doing a fine job in 4th place, ahead of Turtle in 5th. But that fight we said was coming with a Noxie is here. And Noxie has caught up with Turtle on those super soft tyres. And he's going to be trying to put a move on the Dutchman as soon as he can. And this may be it. They're side by side. And Turtle has the inside line, but Noxie has the grip. And Noxie has 5th place now. Turtle down into 6th. And Turtle staying very much underneath the rear wing of Noxie. Ensign Ewart, who made a pit stop as well, is catching up that battle. Joker's there in 8th, and Koikar slipped back for some reason. He was ahead of Joker's, and he has somehow dropped off the back of Joker's. Oh, he did a 210 last time around. He's had a bit of a iffy lap, I think. And Joker's with 205.9s is 4 seconds behind Ensign, who's doing 205.4 his last time around. Turtle, who we saw is doing 207s, 3 seconds a lap. There's less than 3 minutes left of this race. Turtle could be in trouble from Ensign Ewart. Noxie easily getting by up into 5th, but it's a big ass sprint to catch Sharon up. But Sharon's had a big off. Sharon's had a huge off. And that is going to cut down that gap between Noxie and Sharon when they cross a sector. And we still haven't seen Talleyrand pit yet. Maybe he's going to take the 30-second penalty. Maybe he thinks that's better. He's going to get 30 seconds in the pit stop, and possibly he thinks a 30-second penalty might be better for him. He'll end up between Noxie and Turtle, I believe. If Turtle can get that under 30 seconds, he might just stay ahead of Talleyrand, who's going to be picking up a 30-second penalty, and that's what Ensign Hewitt wants to do as well. In the last 2 minutes, they want to get within 30 seconds of the leader, because the leader has not pitted, and it's 30 seconds for a pit stop or a 30-second penalty, and they could get underneath that. Turtle, 31.5 seconds shy of that leader, and Ensign Hewitt 34 seconds shy of the leader. Noxie 28 seconds shy, and it's only 8 seconds behind Shiren, and Shiren will start feeling the heat now. And Noxie has had an unbelievable round, even though it wasn't a great start for him in this race. He got stuck in Turtle not being able to get off the grid, and it cost him a lot, because look at him, 5th place. He could have possibly been ahead of Homesick Alien, who is a net second with Talleyrand yet to pit. Only a minute left on the clock, and we're all waiting tentatively to see what Talleyrand's going to do. Skyjacker looks set to win. He's only 5 seconds ahead of the Alien. Skyjacker at 206.3 last time around. Talleyrand's got to come in. He does not. He doesn't come in. He hasn't come in. Am I missing something? I don't think I am. So Talleyrand hasn't pitted. There's 30 seconds left on the clock. He can't pit now. There's Skyjacker, so he's going to take the 30-second penalty. Homesick Alien, I think it's 30 seconds. They're usually 30 seconds, but I'm not sure. But it's put everything into a state of confusion. Come the end of the race, Shiren 4th with 9 seconds left on the clock. Noxie only 5 seconds behind him. He crosses the line to start the next lap, and the timer does run out on Turtle, who manages, he's got to go around again, but he manages to stay ahead of Ensign Hewitt. And Jokers comes home in 8th, Koikarp in 9th. Koikarp leading the race at the beginning of this race, very good, well as well. And I don't know what happened with the Super Softs, it didn't go well. And he slipped down to 9th with the Baz. I imagine still feeling kind of rough there. Coming home in 10th spot. They'll be buying some flowers for someone. So Talleyrand, who I believe hasn't used the medium tyres this round, I may be wrong. I've been wrong about things before. As coming around in 1st place. What did he use? What did he use? He used the racing softs in the first race, I thought. Maybe he was. No, I don't know. But I could be wrong. But I don't think he's used the racing mediums in this round. Skyjacker, who has used the mediums in the first race. Homesick Alien using the mediums in this race. Coming home for 3rd/2nd. Shiren, as they're coming up to the final corner, and Talleyrand does stay out. He's going to take the flag, and I think he's going to get a penalty. So Talleyrand comes home in 1st place. Well done. Skyjacker getting 2nd, and Homesick Alien 3rd. Take a boo, my son. Great weekend. 2 visits to the podium. Shiren coming home in 4th. Noxie did get Turtle. He did already get Turtle, sorry. He didn't catch up Shiren, but it was only 2 seconds in the end. Great job from Noxie. But Shiren coming home in 4th place, with Noxie in 5th. Great stuff. Shiren could be possibly in 3rd. And Turtle coming home 38 seconds behind behind Talleyrand, though. I don't think he's going to get 5th. But 6th place for Turtle. Great stuff. Oh, bless. Barry Twins apologising to Guesty in the Discord. And there he goes, Talleyrand. He's got the reef, or the corral, and the trophy. And my congratulations, in case I've got it wrong about the the medium tyre situation. We'll have to, pending stewards, I guess. And I am hearing in my ear that Talleyrand has been called to the steward, so we'll see. We'll get, wonder if we'll get confirmation before we're off the broadcast, whether or not he will be carrying a 30-second penalty, which will put him down into 5th place. But then I suppose, when do they put the penalty? Do they put the penalty on the first race or the second race? And I can't remember what happened in the first race, so I don't know. Well, we'll see about what is what, but Talleyrand is at the top of the timesheets and the winner of race 2. But there could be a questionableness about it. We're not sure. Skyjacker comes home in 2nd place. A great drive from Skyjacker there in both races. Homesick Alien on the podium, and a great round for Homesick Alien. Great haul of points there for a 1st and a 3rd. Shuren comes home in 4th. Noxie in 5th. Turtle grabs himself a great haul of points this evening with a 6th place. Ensign Ewer in 7th. Jokus in 8th. Koikarp in 9th, which is quite surprising. And the Bazza, we know about his stress, coming home in 10th. And Guesty just didn't get to the finish line because the torpedo of Bazza took him into the shadow realm. I'm sorry. It's too soon. I apologise. So, right. Next racing will be Tuesday. I believe they are having a GT7 race on Friday, but I am still not... I'm not broadcasting that tripe until they fix it. And I believe they fixed some things. Whoopee, you can look around when you're sat behind the car or something like that. So, bully, but there's still a ways to go, PD. Still a ways to go. But they're racing some American thing at Watkins Glen on Friday. If you are in our Discord and you fancy that race, there's loads of room. Get yourself signed up. Don't buy a Mustang, because it's Group 4 and Group 3 cars. Get yourself, I don't know, a Corvette or something. I don't know what else is American, really, in the game. That's Group 4 and Group 3. Or get something American and you can go racing with them, because there's plenty of space. But the next live broadcast will be Tuesday for our final round, which will be Nürburgring. We're having a bit of a Nürburgring spell at the moment. But yeah, Nürburgring again on Tuesday for those crazy Porsches. That's coming to a head. And that's what she said. And then again, Thursday, we'll have round 3 of this Megane trophy, which I am absolutely loving. I'm loving the mixture of all the tyres. Oh, and it's one of my fave tracks, Cinque next Thursday. So join us then. And thank you very much, everyone, for joining in. Don't forget, YouTube is a small company. They you know, all the content that they have to pay to make for you. And just all we ask is a little thumbs up. Just like the video. Like the video for YouTube, because they get a big rubbery one over it. Right, I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Seymour Butts. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. And all that's left to say is peace and love. Peace and love.